Today, an episode like no other, the origin story of Delta Safari. Get ready for Death by Tomato Can.
Hi, I'm Stuart Donald. I am a chef from Mobile, Alabama, and a contestant in this year's Favorite Chef competition presented by Carla Hall and the James Beard Foundation. And I just want to give you a little background on myself. I am a self-taught chef. And what that means is a lot of people had a lot of patience with me along the way. And because of them, I've been able to have a career in an industry that I love. And I've been in the restaurant industry for going on 38 years now. And winning something like Favorite Chef would really put the cherry on top of what's been a pretty cool career. Now, I've hung out with a lot of people that you recognize from TV and cooked with some, had a drink with some. But I have also done a lot of stuff on my own as a chef that I'm very proud of. Some things that I worked hard for and that I earned through my own blood and sweat. And when I say blood, I mean literally. In 2015, I'd just taken over the kitchen of one of the hottest restaurants in downtown Mobile. I was on the big stage. And I'd only been there a few weeks when I was getting ready to make chili for the menu, and I stepped in the wrong place. Sometimes life is that simple. Any other spot on the floor of that basement, I stepped, no big deal. But the one spot that I stepped on was weak. The floor gave out underneath me. I plummeted into a pit and landed on top of a giant can of tomatoes. Now, at first, it just seemed like a double hematoma. There's some swelling, you're going to be sore for a month. But about 2 weeks into recovery, I started getting sicker. And I believe it was a Sunday when I started feeling a little weak, a little pain down in my abdominal area. By that Friday, a retired cop who happened to be my neighbor rushed me to the emergency room. I had emergency surgery the next day. My surgeon told me that I was 50-50 on survival for about 4 hours until he could get things turned around. And he is the one who has nicknamed me Death by Tomato Can. Well, he got me turned around in that first surgery. The following Wednesday, he went back in to see what was actually going on. And what we ultimately learned was when I fell on the can, the rim of it had creased my colon just a little bit, my large intestine. And a few weeks into recovery, that crease burst. I was life-threateningly septic. It took 2 years, 14 surgeries, 40 hours in a hyperbaric chamber, and learning how to walk again twice to finally get back into a kitchen. When I did, it was as executive chef at the hottest new wedding venue on the Gulf Coast. We cooked for the grand opening, and we really woke people up. I could still do it. I could still bring the sizzle. So I resumed my career. And man, has it been a career. Months after getting back on my feet, I made it into the World Food Championships, the largest food sport event on the planet, where I competed against chefs from all over the country, all 50 states, 450 teams total, and I came in 37th in the world. A year later, I followed it up at the 2018 World Food Championships, where I came in 26th in the world. That is pretty awesome. But I had other things on that list that I wanted to do. You know, I have an idea of coming up with my own ingredients that I could sell in retail stores. I had thoughts of owning my own place. And I also had thoughts of, man, I sure have given up a lot for this career. And one of the things I gave up was spending time out here on the Mobile-Tensaw Delta. One of the most incredible ecosystems in the entire country, and it's my backyard. This is America's Amazon, folks. More diversity in plant and animal species than just about any place in North America. And it's right here. Fishing, kayaking, boating, hunting. We've got it all here. There's a Indian burial mound up in here that goes back way before Columbus. We have just an incredible ecosystem. We have the Delta here. Right down here we have Mobile Bay, historically famous for many reasons. and also the birthplace of just about every Gulf shrimp you've ever eaten. And then just a few miles past that, the incredible Gulf of Mexico. And I had ignored all of these wonderful natural resources pursuing my career. So the last few years, I decided I wanted to get to know the Delta again, and I started a little YouTube channel called Delta Safari. And it's just a weekly video where I go out into the Delta, or I go to some of the businesses along the Delta. Pretty much I highlight everything there is to do in this area. And it has been really rewarding. It's been a chance to step away from the kitchen and do something that I love other than just cook. I even bought a new guitar and wrote my own theme song for Delta Safari, so I went back to playing guitar. All of these were things that came to me while I was in the hospital bed. I remember watching one Saturday, I'd been in maybe 6 weeks at this time, and the Pensacola Billfish Tournament came on TV. So I'm watching the weigh-in and these big, beautiful marlins, 500-pound tuna. And I'm just thinking, man, I live right on this water. Why don't I ever go fishing? And one of the things that I wanted to do when I got back on my feet was to start enjoying the natural resources. So I go hiking again now. I haven't done that since college. I go backpacking, I go fishing, I go kayaking. Every now and then I even go hunting. All these things that I had let slide, spending all of my time in a commercial kitchen under fluorescent lights with a concrete floor that's destroying my knees and back. Things that separate me from the industry are also the things that made me good in it. You know, my creativity has really taken leaps and bounds since I started focusing on something other than just food. I've given my mind a chance to re-expound again, to grow in different ways, and then I have turned that around and put that back into my cooking. And I've had a great career, I'm not gonna lie. It's been a fantastic career so far, with accolades aplenty. But to cap it off with the favorite chef competition, man, you talk about putting the cherry on top of the pecan pie there. So I hope that you'll check out my profile and vote for me for favorite chef. View this video. I'll be doing some other things, shorts, all kinds of things, to just give people a little more information about what I'm like. So you can check out my YouTube channel. You can check out my Twitter account, @StuartDonald. Find me on Facebook, Chef Stuart Reb Donald. I think you kind of get the gist there. But I wanted to take a moment here to give you a little background on the origins of Delta Safari. In the nearly 2 years that I've been doing Delta Safari for YouTube, I have not only reacquainted myself with a lot of the wonderful things about it that I had forgotten about over the years, but I've also learned so much more about it than I ever knew. And I want to continue bringing content to you that teaches you about America's Amazon, the Mobile-Tensaw River Delta. And this place is just incredible. So go back through my videos and check it out and see what you think, because I promise you, there's a lot more to come. You see this beautiful Delta? I ignored it for too long. And I promised myself in that hospital bed I wasn't going to continue to ignore it. So now I get out here on a weekly basis and I go fishing, or I go hiking, or I go kayaking, or whatever, and I share those adventures with you on Delta Safari, because I am very proud of where I live. This is an incredible place, and I want the world to know just how incredible the Mobile-Tensaw Delta is. So until next week, I'll see you on the Delta.
Hey, before you go hunting you some yonder, how about clicking that there subscribe and like button one time for me, would you?
Well, that's pretty much all I've got to say for now. I want to thank Chef Carla Hall and the James Beard Foundation for this tremendous honor. And if you made it all the way through this video, I want to thank you for your time, and if you feel so inclined, for your vote as well. The link is in the description down below. Thanks a lot.